everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Music Podcast once again, where today I am honored to have Mr. Ben Wells with me from Black Stone Cherry. Ben has been the guitarist for Black Stone Cherry for 22 years now. Is that correct? Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It is crazy, man. Black Stone Cherry, 7 studio records, 2 EPs, a handful of singles. They've created 17 songs on the mainstream rock chart. Incredible career. Black Stone Cherry getting ready to release their 8th studio record. It's called Screamin At The Sky, and it drops on September 29th. Ben, again, it's a real honor to have you. Thank you.
My pleasure, man. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, absolutely. This record, man, it's, you guys are a brotherhood. More of a brotherhood than a lot of like family bands, bands that actually are brothers.
Right.
It's the same lineup, well, for 20 years, about the same lineup. So let me address the elephant in the room on this right away. And I come as a fan. We always love to see, our brothers getting along and being happy. John leaves the band a couple years ago, so that's going to be the difference in this record as opposed to the other records. You got a new band member, so that really is striking for this band because, like I say, you guys are the same unit for so long. So my question, I guess, is, is there an adjustment to the chemistry in the band when you lose a brother like that? And as a fan, we want to know if John's doing well, he's happy, he's healthy, and all that.
Yeah, it was kind of an adjustment at first, It was during, coming out of still in the pandemic during the time. But everybody, I think that kind of changed a lot of people, and we respected his wishes to come off the road, and luckily for us and it was an adjustment because we'd always been together, but luckily for us, as far as the band moving on, Steve, our bass player now, was the first guy that we called, and because he's from the same town as we are, he grew up just like we did. And he's always been around. Like his band, he was in a band called Otis that used to open up for us. And so he's always been a part of our chemistry in a different way before he was in the band, because he would always be hanging out with us and stuff. Right. So that wasn't a thing we had to get used to with somebody else's personality, you know what I mean? Because we already knew the guy. And then of course he's a super talented musician, and we're just so honored and lucky to have him now, because I think, and you can listen to the record and you hear his bass playing on it, and he even played slide guitar on the song Nervous. He was just amazing, and I think we've gone up musically now, dynamically another level, just because his heart is on fire for music and he has such a passion for it. And we're lucky to have, and he has just as much energy as I do when it comes to playing live, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
Now people, when they come to see us, they don't know who to watch, which is awesome, because I love that. But yeah, so it was an adjustment at first, but luckily, I think everything happens for a reason, and we're just glad to be able to still be here and put out this album.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And John leaving for personal reasons, and we're gonna respect that. He's doing well though. He's happy, healthy.
Yeah. The last I've heard, he's doing well, and so yeah, that's all we want for anybody,
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. So that's all good news right there for sure. The writing process. Now, did it change from especially that situation? John, you guys, again, a brotherhood. It's always been songs written Black Stone Cherry.
Yeah.
That was the publishing on everything is Black Stone Cherry. So the writing credits are always to Black Stone Cherry as a band, which I respect tremendously. Does that change? Is Steve as much of a writer, more of a writer? Less involved, more involved? How does the writing process change with Steve?
No, we when he came into the band, we welcomed him into everything. We told him look, we want you to be involved because we don't. If you're going to be playing on the album and if you're going to be a member of the band, then we don't want to. We're not going to tell you you can't be involved in something, and especially the writing and creating, because we want everybody that's playing these songs, be it guitar, bass, drums, or singing it. We want everybody to believe in what we're performing and what we're putting out. So yeah, we told Steve we wrote essentially 95% of this album was written while we were on tour last year. Everything was brand new. Nothing was pulled from the well, so to speak. We wanted this album because we were with a new version of the band. We wanted everything to be fresh moving forward. So yeah, we wrote it all on the back of the bus, and it was really great, and like I said, we were really lucky to have someone whose chemistry that was kind of already there, and that we didn't have to. It wasn't like an awkward thing of trying to get used to anybody else's deal. It was like it was already there.
Yeah, that's great, man. And is that the typical writing process for you guys? Have you always written on the road? Do you prefer that, or was that something do you prefer another method? How is that pretty normal for you?
We do write a lot on the road just because we're always on tour, and then we have to, be in the studio at some point during a year. But I think this was probably the one time where we wrote almost everything while on tour, and it was kind of cool because if you come home and you sit down to write the album, you're not in tour mode at that point. You're in writing mode, of course. This time being in tour mode and writing mode, it was fun because we were coming off stage playing these shows and we were just bringing that energy back to the bus and writing these songs. So we were kind of feeling the best of both worlds at that time. And we were, understanding what goes over best live. What are people reacting to? And we were just taking that back to the back of the bus and putting that into new music. So it was really cool.
Man, and I think I hear that because I'm listening to this record and it's probably the heaviest Black Stone Cherry record yet. It's pretty angry. It's aggressive. It still has that light. It still has a positivity about it. But it's in your face, man. It's a punch in the gut for sure.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. It is. It's a great listen, man. Does it feel that way to you? Does it feel a little more aggressive?
I think we just had a lot we wanted to say and get off our chest this time around, coming out of the pandemic. And of course, we didn't want to write a pandemic record because I don't even like saying that word anymore.
Right.
But then again, you have emotions that you felt during that time, and be it good or bad. And Chris unfortunately lost his father in 2021. So we just had a lot of personal things that went down. That we wanted to write about and get off our chest. And so that's why a lot of this record, I think, too, is as in your face and aggressive as it is. Musically, that's where our heads were at the time, too. We were when we started writing these riffs, that's kind of what was coming out. These more ferocious, in your face, this is going to go over great live type song, Yeah. But then we have songs on there like Smile World, which is good too, because I think it's a healthy balance for the album, because we didn't want the whole album to be just one speed as far as lyrically and stuff like that, because we're still happy dudes. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we might go through dark times in life, but we always try to portray the fact that there is a light at any end of the tunnel. So a song like Smile World is cool because it comes out and it kind of it shows a little bit of breath of fresh air right there in the middle of it all,
Yeah, and that's what I say. It's definitely got a light to it still, even though it's really aggressive and kind of angry. There's still that positivity, and that's what we really love too about you guys. There is a light, a positivity about the music. It's uplifting for sure. Let's talk about the clothing company. Sunny and Stoked. Now, I'm here in Chicago, just outside of Chicago. There is not an ocean anywhere near here.
Yeah.
You're in Kentucky. You're nowhere
we don't have
to an ocean. But you got ocean beachwear. You are all about your love of the ocean with this, and it's really cool. Again, really bright and positive stuff. You're still in Kentucky, right? Still living in Kentucky.
Yeah. I just grew up. I'm going to the beach tomorrow. Actually, we're flying to Panama City Beach. I love it. but yeah, I grew up just going. I just grew up loving the ocean and loving the beach and just the whole vibe. And during the pandemic, that was one of the silver linings for me. It was I had to keep myself creative. I couldn't just sit at home and be still. So when I realized we weren't going to be able to tour, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to put some of my passion into this because I've always wanted to do the clothing thing. I just never had the time to launch it
Yeah.
properly. So we did that, and yeah, and now it's more of just like a lifestyle. Obviously, it's based around my love of the beach and my wife's love of the beach too. But we go on the lake here. We have a lake really close to us where we live in Kentucky, and we spend a lot of time out there. And we love going to the mountains, and we like skiing and just outdoor
Mhm.
adventure thing, And so that's kind of was the inspiration behind this clothing line, with the beach being on the forefront. But also, yeah, we wanted to tackle some stuff like, you know, people that love to go skiing, like I said, or people that love to go camping, all that kind of stuff like that. So it's just a fun little passion project that I have a lot of fun with.
Yeah, that's great, man. You need that for sure. That's
Yeah,
that's all the great things in life right there. And it's cool to look at, man. You got some great
thank
stuff.
you.
We'll have a link too here. You can click on it, anybody who's interested, and take a look at this
Thank
stuff.
I appreciate
Sunny and Stoked is what it's
it.
called. And it started as Surf Monster, right?
Yeah, it started as Surf Monster, and then there was an energy drink company that didn't like us using that name. Uh, so we had to went to battle with them for a while, and then I said, you know what, I'm just gonna rebrand it here, and I'm gonna take the high road. And it actually the rebrand worked good because a lot of people have said that they like this new name and the new vibe a little better. So hey, like I said earlier, everything works happens for a reason. So it worked out to our advantage.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. And you also have a great charity, right? Henry and Clark Foundation.
Yes, Henry and Clark Foundation started in 2019, and that's two of our dog. We have three beagles, Henry Clark, and then we have a new one named Sunny. So they all have something
Might have to
named after them.
change the name. Well, Sunny and Stoked. Yes.
Yeah,
There we
so
go.
they all have something. But yeah, Henry and Clark Foundation is something that was really passionate for my wife and I. There's one of them now, one of my beagles. Uh, yeah, we try to help animals of all kind, obviously pets and things like that, but obviously marine life. And then we also try to help families, in need, or local other organizations. So again, just a passion project of ours that we can use somewhat of a platform to give back.
Man, that is God bless you for it, and it's a
Thank
great thing, man. You ever get a tattoo after the pandemic?
I
Yeah,
got
I know you
I have
talked about it.
I got three tattoos post pandemic. I,
You were talking about it.
I got this one here. I don't know if you can see it. It's cherries right there on my wrist. I got these right before a show,
Awesome.
in 21. Then I got this palm tree last year,
Cool.
and then I got this one this year. It's I don't know if I can say it. It's Elvis Presley's initials with his lightning bolt.
Ah, that's nice, man.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I went from having none to getting three within a year and a half.
It's a thing. It's a thing. Once you get one, you're gonna be covered, man.
I know. I'm already looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I heard you talking about it, and I was like, man, with your energy and this band, it just it screams ink. So yeah, well, welcome to that that
Right.
little club there. That's pretty cool. Um, Tell me, I have somebody say that lives in a cave and hasn't heard Blackstone Cherry. I got young kids that I work with. Um, they love hard rock. They love this kind of stuff. Maybe they haven't heard Blackstone Cherry. What do I tell? Where do they start? When they go to Spotify or wherever they listen to music and hit that play button, what's the first thing they should hear?
It's a great question. I mean, obviously, you want to start at the beginning, but then I would say most people's starting point with us, I think, has been probably White Trash Millionaire, Blaming on the Boom Boom.
Yeah.
But I would also tell them, I would say like Screamin At The Sky off the new album, which is one of my favorite tracks on the new album. I say that's a great starting point because what that is it has the riffs, it has the drums, it has the melody, the guitar solo. It kind of has everything that we are somewhat, I guess, known for doing. So that's a good one too. And I don't say that just because it's a new song, but I say it because that's why that's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a there is no bad place to start. You know, tell me about the song "How We Roll." Interesting part of the career for you guys. It was a really different kind of a project called Rockin' 1000. Created in Italy, a really weird kind of thing that they do. How was that for you guys?
It was cool. Of course, Chris was the guy that sang on that, but I think they had contacted our management company and asked if they were fans of ours and wanted Chris to guest sing on this track. And of course, we were all like, yeah, you should do it. So he did it, and it came out really great. I think, and that's a really cool thing that they're doing, and
Mhm.
it's cool to see him perform it with them live sometime. I don't know if we'll have to get over there and see if that happens, but I think we were just honored that they chose our band to be featured.
Yeah, and it's created in Italy for people who don't know, and 1,000 people singing simultaneously and playing simultaneously, which sounds like a nightmare, but it's really pretty cool. So yeah, did anybody check that out? Also, you did a thing with Monster Truck, Canadian band, similar to your style, the Cherry Truck Band. You did a charity single called "Love Become Law."
Yeah.
And what is it like? I mean, collaborating for you guys, it's a brotherhood. You guys know each other, it's just a natural kind of progression. You bring in, guys, four other guys. You got eight people all together collaborating. Again, sounds like chaos. What is something like that? How do you do something like that? A big adjustment for that, or did that song come out pretty easy for you?
Yeah, we wrote that thing like live to the world essentially. We did like Zoom calls and we let everybody watch it. So that was one of the cool things about it too. We wanted to create this song in real time with people that could sit there and watch us write it with them.
Hmm.
And obviously in Canada and we're in Kentucky, so we couldn't really meet up and do it in person. So yeah, we did it all over Zoom. They had like I forgot how many 4 Zoom sessions I believe. And then once we were satisfied with what we had written, we went to our studio and they did it in theirs and we sent it back and forth and then put it all together.
Yeah,
So it's pretty. That's a time where technology you can really use to your advantage, and it was really cool. That was a really cool thing we did, and our part of the charity went to the Boys and Girls Club of America.
yeah, yeah, and that's again, it's a great thing. You guys give so much, and it's really appreciated to make the world a more positive place. We sure do need it. Um, a particular song you mentioned, the title track from the new record. I'm listening to this thing, and "Raindrops on a Rose" hits me really really hard. That wah
Mhm.
solo is got a little extra juice, I think. uh is there something that you're a little more excited about than the rest to get out there and play some shows? You haven't played anything of it live, right?
We've played Out of Pocket, Nervous, and then we just played Screaming at the Sky for the first time this past weekend overseas.
Okay,
We,
cool.
we went over to Wales and we headlined a festival. It was kind of a whirlwind trip. We flew over there, played the show, and came back. But, we played that song live for the first time, so that was fun. And I do look forward to playing that more because it felt so good to play it live. And I know that's just going to be such an energetic song. But yeah, Raindrops on a Rose is a beautiful song. Chris and our engineer Jordan actually wrote that because they both lost their fathers. So that was kind of a tribute to them. And that's why that wah solo you talked about, Chris, was really, really giving his all on that one as a tribute to his dad.
Yeah, and I want to go there too. Is I see the video clip from I think it's Birmingham, from the "Thank You Living Live" thing, and things my father said. Uh, well, yeah, I
Yeah.
got to ask. I watched that thing, and I'm right now thinking about it. I get goosebumps. What's it like, man? You're in front of God knows how many people. He sings, I think, three words,
Yeah.
and they take the rest, and you can hear the
Pretty amazing.
over the band. It's insane.
Yeah. It's an amazing feeling, really. When you write a song, you don't know what's going to happen with it. And then it catches on and everybody can relate to that song at some point in time or they have or will, so I think everybody is in the feels on that. And Yeah, that audience that they always deliver and they always sing that song, and it's just it gives you goosebumps, like you said, and you kind of have to step
Man.
back and whoa, this is unbelievable. And it's not until you watch a video of it that you realize how impactful it really is.
Yeah, and I'll put a link to that as well, because that's, I can't even watch the Royal Albert Hall clip. I mean, seriously, I showed my daughter, um, and I mean, we were both bawling. I mean, we couldn't even talk to each other. It was, I
Well,
mean,
thank you.
it's just so, with Chris out there, just, his heart on the stage, just, yeah, what a monumental song that is too. It's got to be a really powerful thing now too, with Chris losing his father. There's, it means a little bit more even.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. What a great moment in the set. It's just it really encompasses this band and what you guys are all about. Caring and positivity. It's pretty great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Is there a moment, you got moments like that, you've had to have, dozens of those. Is there one that sticks out to you and means more than all the others?
I mean, I think any moment like that is pretty incredible. And then, when you're playing something like the Royal Albert Hall, that was an amazing time because we'd always wanted to play that venue. So you kind of have to take stock and stare out there at the people. And my family was there at that show too. And you look around, you're like, this is unbelievable. I think anymore, especially after 2020, it's like every show is special, because you never know when it's going to be taken away. So we try to always be mindful of that.
Yep. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's why, I see this new record. I hear this record. It is great to have you guys back and making great music. You got tour dates. Tour dates start in Dubuque, Iowa on August 12th. And you go through October, random dates. Nothing in the Midwest here other than, Iowa's fairly close.
Yeah. I think there's some there's a tour coming that we'll have out. It'll be in November. There's might be some Illinois dates in there, I think. So they're definitely going to keep us busy, and that's what we want to be.
Yeah, it's awesome. And 2024, you're going to be out on the road?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know you
Yep.
will.
Promoting this new album as much as we can.
Yeah, awesome, man, and it should be promoted because it's incredible. It really is. And I'm a big fan. And yeah, this may be the pinnacle right here.
Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that.
it's great, man. Yeah, and I can't wait till you come see me, man. I'm looking forward to it
Absolutely,
for
absolutely.
sure.
Hope.
For sure, man. Ben, thank you so much for your time. Like I say, real honor to have you. Thank you for making all the music, changing lives. It's a blessing to have you, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. I'll see you soon out on the road.
Have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye bye.